past years, many doors have opened for a better multi-level governance. And I think this year is the time to walk through these doors and claim the space for local governments in order to have a better shift of money and power to the local level. Well, in the framework of the Climate COP, we saw the first local climate action summit happening, and also the CHAMP initiative was launched, which is the Coalition for Higher Ambition in Multi-Level Partnerships, which also is opening the door. Also in the G7 process, we had for the first time multi-level governance roundtables that also brought national governments and local governments together. We have a lot of dialogues with local national governments in the framework of the European Cities Mission, and of course the Commission is also coming across with the Green Social Dialogues, where we still have to see how they play out. Local governments have come up with quite ambitious strategies and are able to work with the people and to find pragmatic solutions on the ground. So we have to strengthen the role of local governments, also to strengthen democracy in these processes, and also to enable an involvement of all people, but also, of course, a just transition, not only the transition in technical means. There is, for example, we start off with the Belgian presidency in the first half of 2024, which is opening many doors for a multi-level governance discussion. I mean, it's one of the key aspects of the Belgian presidency to discuss the topics, for example, circular economy, adaptation to climate change, but also in a multi-level governance setting. So there's a lot of events where mayors get involved. You will also see a revision of the EU governance regulation in 2024 that is also providing opportunities to influence the structures and the discussions. And also we will continue in the G7 context to get involvement of local government through the Urban 7 process, and hopefully also the multi-level governance roundtables will be continued as a format by the Italian presidency. While we are part of many of these activities, we also, of course, do our own events. So in March, we will see the Procura Plus conference that will discuss the issue of sustainable public procurement and also circular economy in a multi-level governance setting. Next is then the European Resilience Forum in June in Valencia, which will focus on the issues of climate adaptation, but also building resilience in a wider sense, and with a particular setting and focus on the cooperation with Ukrainian cities that, of course, need help and support, but also to ensure a green and resilience rebuilding and recovery in Ukraine. And last but not least, in October we will have our highlight, the European Sustainable Cities and Towns Conference, which has also a strong focus on the multi-level governance discussion to get a rapid and good implementation of the European Green Deal by forging local green deals. Well, I think we have created opportunities and there is space. So if the doors are open, you have to be there and walk through these doors and get actively engaged in these discussions in order to move the agenda forward. This is not happening by itself, but it needs active engagement by local leaders and politicians.